like as a that you're going back to Monk's Corner in that villa, and you're at the hospital.
So that was a question that TashaK was asking this young lady, Jessica Reid. And tonight we're going to talk about that. So thanks for checking out. Hey guys, welcome to the Nando Thoughts Podcast. I was going to do a whole bunch about music and kind of slide in real cool, but tonight, this is a little somber show. Saying a whole bunch of giggling jokes and games and trying to be funny and trying to make you guys laugh. This is a serious situation we're going to talk about tonight, and then I'm going to be up out of here. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. Happy Labor Day to you guys, wherever you may be. Sunday evening. And, I'm sure a lot of you guys already heard the interview. If not, I'm talking about the Charlemagne Tha God rape of a child in 2001 interview by TashaK. And, of course, the victim, Jessica Reid. I'm going to play a couple of sound bites of the interview. We're going to talk about it. And we're going to get into just some of the things that were said. It's a lot going on. And then I'm going to let you hear also in Charlemagne Tha God, his own words of what happened to the young lady in his interpretation. I tell you what, let me let you hear Charlemagne Tha God's first. Let's go.
Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I got this girl real drunk, and
that sentence sounds a little fishy. I got her drunk.
I didn't just get her drunk. I remember going. I went to the sex store and got Spanish Fly.
Oh, so you raped her?
Shut up. Spanish Fly. They sell it in the sex store.
You, dog?
I'm telling the truth. They sell it in the Spanish store. I had to fucking.
They sell knives at the store too. You could put that to a girl's throat and have sex with it. That doesn't mean it's illegal.
So I put the Spanish Fly in the E&J. We drinking the E&J and shit. So in my mind, I don't know if this shit really worked, but I felt like I got horny as a motherfucker too. Right? So she was drunk as shit, and we had sex and shit, and like. A lot of my boys was trying to come in the room and fuck her. I'm like, nah, chill out. I can't. I'm not doing that. I'm not gonna let you run a train on it. That's rape. Yeah. Okay. So, right. So
if it's just one-on-one, it ain't rape.
Yeah. So the next
trains are rape.
So the next morning she wakes up. And we talk about it. And she's like, what happened? I'm like, oh, we had sex. She said, okay, well, I'm glad it was you. Then a couple days later. She's like, yo, are you sure I only had sex with you? Because one of my stupid-ass cousins was going around saying he fucked her, which he didn't. I know for a fact he didn't. Okay. I was there the whole time. Yeah. He did not fuck her.
Okay, that's Charlemagne Tha God on the Brilliant Idiot podcast. Him and his boy chuckling and jiving about the fact that he sexually assaulted somebody once he gave her an intoxicated drink. And that's so disturbing just to hear that. It's so disturbing to hear the cavalierness of it and to think that he think it's okay. He think it's not a problem. He think it's okay that he can give a girl a secret drug drink, intoxicate her, debilitate her, incapacitate her, and then take advantage of her. So according to Jessica Reid, and you got to see the interview that just came out with TashaK. TashaK did an interview, of course. The first person that interviewed Jessica Reid was Star from the Star Report, and they made him take the interview down because there was some information that was in violation of YouTube. But this is the most in-depth interview out of all of them, and TashaK did a brilliant job. So if you have a chance, jump over to the TashaK YouTube page, and I'll put the link into this video here so you can check it out. It was a 3-hour video of Jessica Reid talking, explaining, telling, understanding, and letting us know exactly what happened, point by point, of how she was sexually assaulted, raped as a child by Charlemagne Tha God when he was 22 years old. Now, in this interview, you're going to hear Charlemagne Tha God tell DJ Academic that he was 20 years old. You know, one thing I noticed about Charlemagne Tha God, that this story always has a slant that makes him look like he was in control, which is you always kind of be in control for a narcissist, but also that he didn't do anything wrong. He kind of clearly avoids the responsibility as an adult dealing with a child, and that's another trait for pedophiles. They always try to give you the excuse prior to they give you the crime. And this is a clearly rape of a child. There's no doubt about it. This is not allegedly. I'm not saying allegedly. I hope he can sue me. Send your lawyers to sue me. Nando Martinez, have him sue me, because I would love to put you on the stand and call Jessica in as a witness so we can talk about what really happened, so we can finally get it on record, since you didn't get to go to court because, of course, Jessica's family fumbled the ball. But I would love for you to sue me. Nando Martinez, Washington, D.C. Bring it. Get your lawyers. Have them show up. Charlemagne Tha God. I have no problem with having Jessica come to the court as a material witness to talk about what I said is true and factual, that you did rape her. You was charged with raping her. You and your friends sexually assaulted her. And you premeditated, set this situation up from day one, from seeking out this child sexually when you first met her at the radio station. And I hold the radio station responsible for hiring this man and keeping him employed. Clear Channel clearly has a responsibility to the community that they broadcast to, because they have a broadcast license, that they cannot be hiring child predators and put them in front of our community as entertainers and hiding, parading behind this clown smile when he's constantly out here seeking out our children. He need to be fired. So here's Charlemagne Tha God talking to DJ Academic. Check it out.
Creeping. What's the wildest shit you ever did, like after, like since you gained fame, with like either groupies or I don't
do that shit. Hell, I'm scared of that kind of shit. I done had a rape charge before.
Oh, for real?
Hell yeah, I'm scared of that kind of shit. I don't even play them.
You got like a charge? How you beat that?
Because I didn't do it. It was a criminal sexual conduct with a minor charge.
That mean you would have to like register for the
I was.
Right?
It was the year 2000. 2001. I think I was like 20. I was 20 years old. My cousin had just graduated from high school, and he had got a scholarship to Penn State University. And I had a party, and I had all of these chicks at a party. Like I was doing overnights I was working at Z93 then. So I had all these chicks there that I met through radio, and chicks that my dude had known. So I used to always see this chick with my dude. So I bought, I invited her to the party. So she was at the party and shit. She got drunk, high, whatever. Something happened in the room with a couple of my dudes. I'm asking them, did they mess with the chick, after the fact, after she pressed charges? And they was like, no. But they was like, yo, she's bugging. I remember the night of, they was like, yo, she's in here bugging out. She's kicking over the TV and she's trying to set shit on fire. I'm like, what the fuck? Because I had left. So the next morning, I'm hearing she said she got raped. She got raped. So I go to the hood to ask what happened. They like, yeah, my cousin who had got the scholarship, yeah, he's in jail now. What you mean he's in jail? He's in jail. They said he raped the girl. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I go down to the jailhouse, talk to the detective myself. No, ain't got no one for me. I just told the detective, like, hey, look, I take full responsibility for anything that happened in the house last night.
You gonna take the case?
No, but I told her, I said, as far as I know, because I asked around, did anybody fuck up? I'm like, yo, nobody got raped. Yada yada yada. They didn't even have my cousin in custody. My other cousins was fucking with me. Because they was mad they didn't get invited to the party. Hating ass motherfuckers. So my cousin wasn't even in custody. So I went down to the jailhouse for nothing. So I'm like, I take full responsibility for everything. I bought the alcohol. They was like, well, you're not even of age to buy alcohol. And I'm like, well, how'd you get it? Well, I got a crackhead to get it for me. Whatever.
They went down there copping out pleas when
they had to do shit.
Damn.
So 2 weeks later, they come and arrest me for criminal sexual conduct with a minor. So I had to get blood and hair follicles.
For you going down there to initially explain it?
They ain't had nobody else depending on. So being that I went down there and took full responsibility, well, lock him up.
Did it get through? You got indicted on it and everything, or?
Now I went to court. And they reduced the charges to like contributing to the delinquency of a minor because I had to give blood and all DNA samples, and it wasn't me. Whoever touched it wasn't me. So
you didn't get no jail time over that?
Nah, I got like probation, like 4 or 5 months probation or something like that. Man. Something like.
That's so. I mean,
so that's the reason I don't play those games.
Something light. You heard Charlemagne Tha God. You heard him in his own words, something light. And DJ Academics is doing an interview with him back in the day. And he said he got something light, 4 months for just giving a chick Spanish fly and raping her. Something light. Something light. They had to give somebody the charges. No, they had to give you the charge because you raped this child. They had to give you the charge. And, Academics, I answered the question since Charlemagne Tha God, the child predator, didn't answer the question. Absolutely, he got indicted. He absolutely got charged and indicted for child rape. So that's the answer to the question. So here we are, 2022. This sister is suffering still to this day. She's a beautiful sister. If you get a chance, watch TashaK's interview with her. Go to the TashaK channel. I'll have the link in this video so you can check it out for yourself. You can see that his sister is not lying. She's been having heartache and devastation throughout her entire life. And then this guy comes along and she's thinking she's meeting somebody that's going to befriend her and just be cool with her, And she had no intention to go have sex with this guy. She wasn't checking for him like that. None of that shit was going down. So all this goofy shit he's talking about, trying to act like everybody trying to hop on his dick, is bullshit. This dude is a absolute child predator. He should be in the child sexual registry or whatever the fuck it is when you fuck with kids. He should be in that shit. He should not be employed in any contact with any public situation at all because he's a very, very dangerous man. And any corporation that employs this man, you are complicit. You are complicit. Be clear on this. You are complicit in the continuation, and you're responsible for any other activities that this man commit, because you know that this man is a child predator. It's so heartbreaking to me to hear the interview that TashaK did with Jessica Reid, and I'm so appreciative that she told the story because so many young women don't get to tell a story. And she's a strong, strong woman in spite of all the heartache and pain and horror and devastation that she's been through. She's continuing to fight for her justice, and she deserves her justice. So all the people in South Carolina, if there's any way you can help her find justice in this unbelievable case, please do so. Clear Channel, I beg you to let this man go. Comedy Central, you hold it to the public. We deserve better, and you need to punish this man and excommunicate this man from your business. He's not a good person. What he done to this child, what he done to this woman, what he done to her family, and it's just horrible. When you hear the interview with TashaK and she tells her story, she's going through the heartache of losing her father to AIDS, moving from Brooklyn to South Carolina, befriending Charlemagne Tha God, and then Charlemagne Tha God inviting her to his birthday party, and once she's there, it goes downhill from there. I'm not going to give away the whole interview, but you need to check out TashaK interview with Jessica Reid a few days ago. It was a brilliant interview. It was done perfectly, and I wish and hope that TashaK get more opportunities to grow her platform because she does a brilliant job dealing with regular people, helping them bring their story to the masses. And I just hope that any corporations out there, anybody out there that's investors or whatever the case is, we need more TashaKs because she's such a genuine type of person when it comes to these type of situations. And I wish that she's given every opportunity as possible. I know her and Cardi B didn't have the best of relationships and things went left and she got sued, whatever it may be. But when you're trying to, find your way in the industry, sometimes if you don't have the support of the industry, you have to fake it until you make it. And that's what TashaK has done. But she's clearly has arrived, and she does some of the best interviews in the industry, hands down, some of the best interviews. So if you get a chance, and if you're not familiar with TashaK, please go see her channel, TashaK, on the YouTube. And she also got TashaKLive.com. She has her own platform, so go check that out. And also kudos to Star from the Star Report, also on YouTube. He was originally the original one to interview Jessica Reid, and he broke the story first. So check my brother out, Star. He's a great dude. Go way back with Star, and I appreciate all he does and do for the community and for the world of YouTube as well. But let's we heard from Charlemagne. We heard what he had to say. We understand that he don't give a fuck, and he think that, fuck it. I turned her into a mattress. I laid on top of her. I busted a nut, and I woke up in the morning, and she was on some bullshit, so I told her she got to bounce. Boom. That's her story. Now let's hear what Jessica has to say to Charlemagne Tha God. And this is from part of the interview with TashaK.
Like that you're going back to Monk's Corner in that villa, and you're at the hospital, and then you got to go home and deal with this.
Yeah.
What do you want to say to him? What does 15-year-old Jessica want to say to Leonard McKelvey?
Oh my
22, 23-year-old Leonard McKelvey, who was 7 years your senior. Look in that camera right there.
I don't even know where to begin.
Let me get this out of the way.
There is so much, still so much hurt. After all of the work I've done, all the years that I've put into healing myself, there is still so much hurt there surrounding this whole situation. You knew exactly what you were doing since the first day I met you. You already had it set in your mind what you wanted to do, the way you were looking at me inside that radio station, just lustful and just predatory. You already had it inside of your mind what you were going to do, and you established a relationship with me. You gained my trust. You called me your little sister. You built a relationship with me so that I could trust in you and let my guard down. And that's exactly what I did. I was 15. At 15, you're not thinking someone's out to hurt you. You're thinking, okay, this is someone genuine. They want to be my friend. But that wasn't the case. And you invited me to your birthday party, knowing what your intentions were. You invited me there to violate me and to take advantage of me. And to have your friends violate me and take advantage of me. I was 15 years old. I was a little fucking girl. I was a child. That is so disgusting. To have those thoughts about a kid. You were a grown fucking man. You have no idea how my life has changed after that incident. Relationships with my family have fallen apart. Romantic relationships. It's so difficult for me to get into a relationship now. I'm still having to work on trust. Intimacy issues that I struggled with over the years, having to go to a physical therapist because of you violating me. And then you get on your radio show, you get on TV, and you lie, and you act like you're someone you're not. When you know exactly what happened that night. You know that I was not some wild girl getting drunk and getting high and hanging out with your friends. And that was not the case. You know exactly what happened. You don't want the world to see the real you. You are a snake. You are a fraud. You are disgusting. You are a pedophile. You are a predator. And you try to clean up your act as soon as I come out with my story and flip the script like you're this revised man and now all of a sudden, shit.
Yeah, make no doubt about it. This sister is clear on everything she said, and she meant every word she said because she experienced everything that he had to offer that night. She survived. She is absolutely a survivor. She need each and every one of us to put arms around her, support her, demand that corporate America give her justice. However it may seem, give her justice. This sister cannot go around for the rest of her life being the victim while this man runs around calling her a bitch, a freak, and all kinds of disgusting, despicable things while he entertained the masses. We got to demand better. We got to contact his employer. We got to ask them, do they really support this? Because if they do, then we need to not support anything he's involved in. Any business effort, any iPods, anything he touch, we need to walk away from it. And I'm waiting for Angela Yee to do that interview when she can be free and tell us what she think about this. Because during the time when this story came out, Angela Yee was his co-worker. And I'm sure deep down inside, she's seen this person that Jessica Reid is describing. You hear him on the radio saying super sexualized, inappropriate things to his coworkers. You hear him on the radio constantly making weird sexual comments that's totally inappropriate for any setting. You hear him constantly saying inappropriate, homophobic things all the time. But yet nothing gets done. So here we are now, Labor Day weekend 2022. 21 years later, after Charlemagne Tha God raped a child, a 15-year-old child. And if you hear the interview from TashaK, you'll understand why everything is the way it is and why Charlemagne is not in prison right now. Unfortunately, Jessica Reid's mother dropped the ball. Now, did she drop the ball because she just didn't want to be bothered with the case? Or did she drop the ball because she wasn't aware with the legal processes? I don't know. But the fact remains, she drops the ball. She's the adult. She has to put a kid in a situation where she can actually defend herself legally, but she chose to send her kid away. Jessica wasn't available to testify against Charlemagne, so the charge was reduced to contributing to a minor, alcohol, and like you heard him say, it was light, 4 months. It was light, 4 months. It was not light, Charlemagne. It was not light. You stuck your dick in that little girl and you broke her. You broke her. You stole her soul. You motherfucker. Now, I tell you this. I don't know about her family. But if you would have touched one of my relatives like that, it would not have been fucking light. We would have hunt you fucking down. And we would have raped your motherfucking ass. You would have not got away with doing such a thing to somebody in my family. Now, I understand that Jessica got brothers and uncles that would love to fucking see you. So I advise you to tread lightly because this ain't over. It's a sad situation that should have never happened. He had every opportunity to do the right thing that night. And he chose and he planned and he plotted to sexually abuse that child. It's just awful. It's fucked up. And everybody that was involved in getting this young girl justice fucked up. The DA fucked up. Her mother fucked up. The county fucked up. And everybody else fucked up. But the YouTube community is not going to let this go away. And the people out here that knows this story is not going to let this go. So we're going to hold his employers responsible and ask them, do they support this? Do they support this type of behavior? Do they support this pedophile that raped this child after he poisoned her drink? Is that the person you want representing your corporation? And all you shareholders at Clear Channel, you need to ask yourself, what the fuck is going on with our management that we have a child predator as the head of our corporation and our entertainment department? And how are we keep giving this guy opportunities to put itself in position to take advantage of another person in such a way, because you are responsible. You are responsible to make this man think he still can get away with this. You know, I just was thinking the other day, the football player from Buffalo was in college in San Diego State, and a young lady came out and said, hey, he raped me, he choked me, he fucked me up, he took advantage of me. And Buffalo Bills kind of was, they was kind of weakening around trying to figure out how they can keep this guy because he's a really good kicker. But at the end of the day, Buffalo came to the realization that, hey, man, this is some fucked up shit. We don't want to be a part of this. And that's what Clear Channel got to do. And everybody else that employ him, from Comedy Central on down, everybody got to cut the cord and say, we don't want to deal with this shit. This is too much shit. It's just not right. And then to hear him in his own words admitting that he did this shit is even more fucking disgusting. You don't have to ask him if he did it. He's telling you he fucking did it. So there's no need to interview him. There's no need to do no fucking investigation. There's no need to do none of that shit. He's telling you he raped this motherfucking child. Somebody in his corporations, one of these motherfucking corporations, wake the fuck up. If I can sit my stupid ass in my studio, in my fucking dining room that I made, and find this information, why the fuck can't somebody in these corporations find it? Why? Get this motherfucker the fuck out of here. This young lady should not be on the fucking internet crying, fucked all up, sore, can't even have a fucking relationship because this son of a bitch came through her life and just destroyed everything about her. Took it all from her. You sorry motherfucker. He actually planned this shit. This motherfucker planned this shit. You heard him in the interview. You heard him in the goddamn interview on Brilliant Idiots, because he's a fucking idiot. He went out and seeked out this fucking shit to give this girl, to get her incapacitated so he can take a fucking advantage of her. You heard it in his own fucking words. There's no need to even fucking talk to him. He already told you what the fuck he did. So now it's time for the corporate America to show responsibility and be responsible and support this young lady in her efforts to get justice for what the fuck this man did to her. Simple. Simple. And I'm not sorry that I'm upset. I'm disgusted that this motherfucker is still running around like nothing happened. Like giggling and joking like nothing happened. The man even fucking told him in the interview, bro, you was fucking raping her. He even knew it was fucking rape. Charlemagne knew it was rape. I'm freaky. No, motherfucker, you're a pedophile. You're a rapist and a pedophile. That's what the fuck you are. It's not you freaky. You're fucking dangerous. That's what the fuck you are. You're dangerous. And if Jessica wouldn't got out that fucking house and saved her own life, you probably would have fucking killed her and threw her on the side of the road, you sorry son of a bitch. Then he gonna say, oh, I went to the police department and told them I'm responsible for everything. That's not what the fuck happened. You did not go to the police department and tell them you're responsible for everything. Get the fuck out of here. They called you and told you bring your stupid ass down there because this girl accused you of fucking raping her. And then they charged you. And then they indicted you. And then the case fell apart. That's what the fuck happened. So you never got acquitted of it. It never got adjudicated. Stop that bullshit and stop walking around telling people that shit. Oh, it was nothing because I didn't do it. No, you fucking did do it. TashaK, I salute you once again. Great interview. If you get a chance, click the link in the video here, or just go search TashaK. She does great interviews. TashaK is such a cool chick. And I appreciate the fact that she brings us stories that I probably typically wouldn't be interested in. She's always breaking stories, and if you get a chance, look at this interview and understand and see the signs of people and families and just the history of how sexual assaults happen, because it's a pattern. We got to seek these people out and we got to expose them for who they are, because the damage is real. You heard the pain in Jessica Reid's voice. She talked about how it's hard for her to have a relationship. It's hard for her to feel comfortable sexually. It's hard for her to just get past it. And you know why it's hard for her to get past it? Because she never had justice. She's never had closure, and she never had her voice heard. And TashaK was able to help let her sit back and just tell a story. Of course, Star from the Star Report was the first on the scene. He broke the story, and he kind of had the ball rolling. But then, of course, Charlemagne Tha God got lawyers. And so they shut all that shit down. They was sniffing all that shit out. When that shit started rolling, they started shutting it down. They won't shut this interview down. The TashaK got is a beautiful interview. And I think that anybody that's employing Charlemagne Tha God has to look at this interview and understand what kind of person they have working for them. And if they decide to keep this person employed, then guess what? You're responsible for the monster that you have on your employment. Simple as that. Simple as that. Hey man, we're gonna shift some gears, man. First of all, if you never watched my show, my name is Nando. The name of the show is Nando Thoughts Podcast. That's what that shit is right there, Nando Thoughts Podcast. And this is how we do it. Welcome to another episode of the world famous Nando Thoughts Podcast. NandoThoughts.com, Nando Thoughts Twitter, Nando Thoughts Instagram, Nando Thoughts Twitch, Nando Thoughts Snap. It's all Nando Thoughts, man, because these are my thoughts, of course. Man, that was my quick synopsis on TashaK interview with Jessica Reid. And yeah, man, I got to get into one other little piece of what I came for, because I cannot get out of here without talking about Donald Trump. You know my show. If you ever watch my show, I'm high on the political side. And also every now and then I touch the current events, but I'm deep on the politics. So if you're into the politics, I mean, talking about international politics, local politics, federal politics, and you name it, this is where you need to be at. But I also hit some current events from time to time. So come check me out, man, anytime you get a chance. NandoThoughts.com. The website is absolutely trash. I got to get it updated, but I'm working on that right now. Let's get into Donald Trump. Let's get into Donald Trump. Donald Trump, this clown ass motherfucker, man. I swear to God, man, if I hear one more thing about this goofy motherfucker, man, it's gonna drive me crazy, man. Donald Trump, man. What the fuck is you doing, man? Walking around at your beachside resort with all these goddamn secrets. Are you kidding me? But this is the same dude that didn't even go to the debriefings. He never even went to the morning briefings to hear shit about what was going on. You heard all the stories for the last 4 years when he was the president. He would never even go to the briefings. He would never even fucking be in there talking about shit. He was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm doing my own shit. And then here he is, got all these fucking secrets sitting around his house. And people saying, well, you know, he was the president of the United States. Listen, no president in the history of our country has ever taken their secrets after they left to their house. It just never happened. And why would he need the secrets? Why would he need our secrets at his fucking house? Come on, man. Stop it. Stop the bullshit. Stop the poppy. Stop all the bullshit. And stop trying to tell us that it's okay. Now, the Republicans, you know, I told you, you know, a few months ago, you had a chance to get the fuck from underneath this dude. You know, when the impeachment was going on, you had a chance to push this dude totally after the fucking craziness at the Capitol. They did an impeachment. That was the last window for all you dudes that was fucking with him like that to get out the way. All not even just their dudes, anybody that was rocking with him to get out the way. Y'all could have impeached this guy, got him the fuck out of there, and all this shit right here wouldn't even matter because we'd have dealt with him just like they're going to do right now. He would definitely be charged. Make no doubt about it. They will charge him with every crime that he committed from the time he left the White House. Make no doubt about it. So all this bullshit about Republicans might riot, let me tell you something. Get your shit, and get ready to riot. Because when you do, just know you will be in jail with this motherfucker. Make no doubt about it. We ready for all the bullshit. All the crazy shit, all the crackers running around with their fucking guns, talking crazy. And I say crackers for a reason. I deliberately dropped that cracker in there. I tell you why. Because it seemed like it's more white people than any other race in this country that want this man to be the king of this country. And you know why? People ain't talking about it. You know why? Because the dynamics of the voters right now are leaning towards the minorities. So the white boys and the white girls want to change the system that they created because it's not working for them anymore. It's not working for them anymore. So they figure, you know what? Let's change the system. Let's shut this shit down. But if you step your ass out in that street, you're going to get arrested. You're going to get locked up. You're going to get prosecuted just like anybody else. Just like he need to be prosecuted. He's no different from anybody else. So why don't you think he should be prosecuted? If I had some secrets, if I took some secret documents from a federal office place and I don't supposed to have them, it's illegal for me to remove them, they'll lock my ass up. Then guess what? They need to lock his ass up. And Joe Biden need to be advocating that they lock his ass up. Just like he was advocating that they lock minorities up. You can't have it both ways. You don't get to have it both ways. You don't get to have it both ways. And our government need to stand up to anybody that's try to, take it over. They need to lock them up. We need to have our military, our National Guard, our marshals, or whatever the fuck, all that shit that Donald Trump put in Lafayette Park and threw out there when he was wanting to walk across the street with the Bible. All those motherfuckers need to be in the street beating these motherfuckers back when they try to take our country. Because if they don't, this country is never going to be the same. And you're going to be sorry for doing nothing. You're going to be sorry for sitting your ass on the side doing nothing if you let this go down. If you let this go down, you're going to be sorry. Your way of life will never be the same. And you're still not going to come out on top. Because if you're looking at, just the face of the population, you still lose. If you look at the makeup of the population, you still lose. Because the makeup of the population looks like me. I'm sorry, America. I'm sorry. But your slaves been fucking. We've been having babies. And guess what? We've been reading books too. We've been getting jobs. Yeah, I know. God damn. It's a sad situation in our country right now because the dynamic of the politics and how it's being played out on both sides of the party and how we're communicating with America is just not healthy. But if we have to go through some bullshit, I think what comes out of that is not what you think. We are some tested, proven people, the minorities in this country. We come from some diverse backgrounds. One thing we're not going to do is go backwards to nothing. So that's not going to happen. So however you feel out here, and if you think there's one old white rich man that don't give a shit about you or me, deserve more freedoms than you and I, then you need to get in on the bus with him and go to jail, because that's where he's going to end up at. I don't know why anybody think this man give a fuck about them. This man don't give a shit about you or me. Him, his family, or nobody he fuck with. It's not even a race thing when it comes to Donald Trump. It's really not. It's about him and his friends having everything. And everybody else has nothing. That's how he sees it. He don't give a fuck. And yeah, he sold those fucking secrets. He gave them away. He put us in harm's way. He got our witnesses and our all our people out here are in danger. So yeah, let's stop talking about what you think he did. I'm telling you what the fuck he did. He sold those secrets. He sent them away. He put them on a plane. He shipped them the fuck out. He gave them to his friends, and he might flee the fucking country. He might flee the country. When he feel like the noose is getting tight around his fucking neck, Donald J. Trump might jump on a plane and go to a friendly nation that won't extradite him back here. He might just do that. So I'm asking for Joe Biden to take Donald Trump into custody, because he is a fucking flight risk. He is a national disaster. He is a danger to our society. He's a national threat, and we need to basically incarcerate him, because he's a traitor to our nation. And what happened to traitors to our nation under the federal law? You know what happened. He absolutely is a traitor to our nation. And anybody and everybody that had anything to do with supporting this man, from this goofy lawyers all the way down to his fucking stupid kids, need to be charged and locked up and charged with treason as well. Now, I don't think the Republicans are all bad. I don't think the Democrats are all bad either. But I do think that our messages that we're receiving from both parties are all bad. We out here in America suffering. all across America, people are suffering. There's no, real true difference about what's going on as far as one community from the next. We all intertwine, and we're all suffering right now. And we need our communities to heal, and we need jobs. We need our educational system to work. We need teachers. We need bus drivers. We need food for kids at lunch. We need all kinds of things. And while we spending so much time on this one old ass man that don't even have a good 10 years left in his life, the whole world is suffering. So I'm imploring that the president take this man into custody. He is a national threat to our society. And I do believe that he sent our secrets to other nations and put us in harm's way. So with that, he should be charged with treason. This is unbelievable that we are at where we are with this man. We knew that he should have never had the power in our country of presidency. But yet, people put him in power because of the divisiveness of race. And the truth of it is that nobody benefit from having Donald Trump as president, even though people think they have. We haven't benefited because we haven't moved forward as a nation. We haven't moved forward as a nation. We got stuck. He wasn't able to respond to COVID. He wasn't able to respond to a damn Hurricane Maria. He couldn't respond to a damn flood. This man was a bumbling fool. This guy here was a bumbling fool. But what he did was he made his friends rich. The largest tax break to rich people in the history of this country. He gave it to them. He enriched his own family. He even enriched himself by staying at his own golf course to the tune of over $100+ million that the government had to pay him. The biggest bullshit and alarming loss in the history of our nation. So now we have to take responsibility for putting him in office as a nation and has to fix this wrong. We have to take this man in custody. We have to charge him with treason. We have to round up all his little conies that helped them do it. And we need to charge them with treason as well, or whatever crime is possible. And we need to send a message that this will not be tolerated. Our government will not be threatened ever again by an individual, a group of people, a party, or anything else. Because if we're willing to get on a plane and go to another country and fuck somebody up over there because the shit they want to do to harm us and our nation and our freedoms, then we need to be doing it to our own citizens to try to do it internally. Simple as that. Simple as that. And Joe Biden, I wish you'd just come out and admit it. That when you wake up in the morning, you don't know where the fuck you at. I wish you admitted that you can't recognize anybody in the White House anymore. I wish you admitted that you don't know what's going to come out your mouth when you open it anymore. Because you're starting to teeter on that senile tip. And I wish you just admit it and go. Now is the time for the Democrat Party to find somebody else that can take the nation 4 more years down the road. And I'm hoping for Newsom out of California to step up and become aggressive towards the party and say, I will take over as president. Joe Biden is not capable to be president for any more longer. I understand that he will have the desire to do so, but he should not be president because of his health and concerns of his mental status right now. He need to go. And that's just what it need to be. Now, and the Democrats, if you show up with Joe Biden in 2024, you will shit your pants. Because he will not get reelected. Nobody is going to reelect an 80-year-old man that every time he opens his mouth, he forget what the fuck he's saying. It gives no confidence to the nation. It gives no confidence to our partner nations. It's just horrible. It's a bad look for us all. And young people is not going to vote for him. So hopefully we get a candidate that comes up there. And I'm hoping it's a ticket of Newsom and Khan. Khan is out of Palo Alto. He's a good dude. He's a progressive, but he's a good dude. And I don't see anybody on the Republican side right now. And I'm not against Republicans. I just don't see anybody over there speaking outside of that. I like Mitt Romney. I hope if Mitt Romney was to run for president again, I'll vote for Mitt Romney. Believe it or not, I think he has a brilliant business mind. I think he's a sharp guy. He stood up to Trump from the very beginning. So I'll vote for Romney. Yeah, why not? I'm not a Republican. I'm an independent, so I don't have a party loyalty, to either one. But I think Romney make a formidable candidate for the Republican Party. but I don't see anybody else. I don't see, Cheney as a formidable. She has a horrible record voting against issues that concern us. And I had a friend of mine the other day ask me a question. They said, "Hey, Nando, what do you think about everything that's going on right now with the Supreme Court, the ruling Roe v. Wade, and all that?" I said, "I'm gonna tell you a funny story. When Donald Trump first went up for his campaign, and he started talking about how he can grab a girl pussy and nothing will happen. Well, I think the Republican Party believe that they can grab a girl pussy themselves and nothing will happen, because that's exactly what the Republican Party did with the Supreme Court nominees. They grabbed the girl pussy, but something's going to happen. So this November, the consequences of that decision to roll back Roe v. Wade is going to be devastating to so many Republicans because they overreached. There's no reason why any law on our books should dictate how a woman manage her health care. That should be between the doctor and that person. Not just a woman, but anybody. The Supreme Court should not get in the middle of any individual in this country seeking out health care for themselves and their body. They should not have a say. And I understand that it's based on religion, but we are not a religion government. We are not a religious government. Every religion has the same protections under the law. Supposedly. Hey guys, I'm getting out of here, man. That's my quick take, man. And Jessica Reid, I want you to hold tight, girl, and keep fighting. Keep your head up. And TashaK, thanks so much for bringing that interview. And Star, you the man. You broke the story. You know what it is. Go check out the Star Report on YouTube. And I'll see you guys next time. I'm Nando saying peace and love. Don't push and shove. Hey, man, I'm out of here. Next week, man, I'll be back. So keep checking me out, man. I'll get the website hooked up, nandothoughts.com. I'll get it update real soon. And Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, Snap, nandothoughts.com. Nando Thoughts on all platforms, man. Check me out on Twitter, Nando Thoughts, Instagram, Nando Thoughts. Yeah, man. And we got to do better, guys. Help your neighbor. Be cool with everybody. And let it be what it's going to be, man. Until next time, man. Peace and love. Don't push and shove. I'll catch you, man, because I'm out of here. Nando Thoughts. T-shirts. Text me, nandothoughts.com. Free T-shirts and Nando Thoughts podcast. And don't forget, we got the world exclusive interviews from Tupac Shakur back when he was in prison. We're getting ready to put those on the website. So over 6 months of interviews with Tupac, talking about so many things, reading poems, interviews that haven't been heard in years, man. Coming to the website real soon. Talk to you guys. Man, have a good one, man. Have a safe Labor Day weekend. And until next time, man, I'll see you then.